Welcome back to Anfield Wire, your home for the latest Liverpool FC news, updates, and match reactions. Today we're talking about the huge praise for Rio Ngumoha after his heroics against Wolverhampton Wanderers, plus big updates on Dominik Szoboszlai's contract situation and more Liverpool headlines. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to Anfield Wire and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest Liverpool news. UK media in agreement over Rio Ngumoha after Liverpool heroics versus Wolves. Liverpool bounced back from Tuesday's 2-1 Premier League defeat to beat Wolves 3-1 in the FA Cup, with national newspapers praising Rio Ngumoha's breakthrough display. Liverpool can relax and watch as its potential FA Cup opponents battle it out this weekend to join the Merseyside club in the quarter-finals. The Reds brushed aside the frustration of Tuesday's 2-1 defeat to Wolves in the Premier League by comfortably beating the West Midlands club 3-1 to progress into the last 8 of the Cup on Friday. Second-half strikes that came within 95 seconds of each other, from Andy Robertson and Mohamed Salah, put the visitors firmly in command before Curtis Jones wrapped it up late on. Liverpool.com was at Molineux once again to assess the action. Our colleagues from the national media were also present to offer their own perspectives on the victory for Arne Slot's side. Here is what they made of the game. Richard Jolly, The Independent. Jolly described Rio Ngumoha as Liverpool's outstanding winger of the night in his report for The Independent. He added, Robertson has reacted better to his demotion this season than Salah did in the autumn. An Anfield great has been limited to 5 league starts. Unleashed in the FA Cup, he illustrated why he ranked among the finest attacking left-backs of his generation, delivering a goal and an assist in 2 minutes. Dominic King, Daily Mail. King wrote in the Daily Mail, Andrew Robertson has struggled with his lack of minutes this season, so much so that he was prepared to join Tottenham in January, but he made up for it here. Robertson is a keen golfer and the left-footed shot he dispatched in the 52nd minute was struck with the purity of a drive that fizzes out the middle of a club and bounds down a fairway. There looked to be some anger behind it, and his wide-eyed stare, as others celebrated, spoke volumes. Daniel Marsh, The Mirror. Marsh wrote in The Mirror, as far as bright sparks go for Liverpool, it's hard to look past Ngumoha. The prodigious attacker looked by far the most likely player in a red shirt to make something happen for large parts of the game, outdoing Cody Gakpo and Salah in the first half. At the age of just 17, Ngumoha's end product will fluctuate, and there were moments where the final moment didn't quite match the fancy footwork which wouldn't look out of place on a Saturday night on the BBC, but he made things happen, even when he was doubled up on at times with Wolves' back 5. It's clear to see why fans are desperate to see more and more of the talented teenager. And while nobody will want to put too much on the young man's shoulders too soon, Cody Gakpo's less-than-stellar form on the left prong of Liverpool's attack could mean we see more and more of Ngumoha before the end of the season. Giovanni Leoni's behind-the-scenes work during injury setback speaks volumes. Liverpool defender Giovanni Leoni has impressed staff with his dedication in the gym as he recovers from an anterior cruciate ligament (ACL) injury suffered on his debut. Liverpool's Giovanni Leoni has made a positive impression at Anfield through his dedication to rehabilitation and proficient English. The young centre-back has already integrated into several social groups at Liverpool following his summer transfer, earning the affection of his teammates. It's encouraging news for the Italian, who endured a harsh anterior cruciate ligament (ACL) injury during his debut in the Reds' victory over Southampton in the Carabao Cup earlier this season, prematurely ending his campaign. The 19-year-old, who transferred from Parma last summer, is anticipated to be sidelined for approximately a year as he recovers from the severe injury. Leoni demonstrated confidence during the 81 minutes he played, and has been diligently working off the pitch to regain full fitness. There's no clear timeline for his return to the pitch, but according to the Daily Mail, he's won admiration from Liverpool staff for his commitment in the gym. Liverpool was not shy about spending in the summer, with Leoni seen as a long-term investment for the squad, alongside fellow young centre-back Jeremy Jacquet, who will join the club next summer. Jacquet has also recently suffered an injury setback requiring surgery, but Arne Slot's remarks about Leoni affirm that the Italian has a long-term future at the club despite the Frenchman's arrival. You have to look at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is that we've signed an unbelievably talented player in Giovanni Leoni who will be back next season, he informed journalists ahead of the match with Arsenal earlier this year. This is the way this club works. As much has been said about our spending last summer, it's not that there is no limitation on us spending. We have to do smart things, and this club has always tried to do smart things, to keep up with the teams we want to compete with. That's not any different now. Leoni started his career at Padova, a team currently playing in Italy's second tier, before joining Sampdoria in February 2024. He moved to Parma later that same year and impressed during his debut season in Serie A to earn a move to Anfield. Leoni has represented Italy at the U18 and U19 levels. He was called up to the senior squad at the beginning of the season, but he did not play. Hugo Ekitike earns praise for show of character in tunnel before Liverpool game. Hugo Ekitike showed his class prior to Liverpool's meeting with Wolves in the 5th round of the FA Cup on Friday as he interacted with the home team's mascots at Molineux. Hugo Ekitike received plaudits for his pre-game interaction with Wolves mascots ahead of Liverpool's FA Cup win at Molineux. The French striker did not play in the FA Cup clash, but he made a big impression off the pitch as he signed autographs for a host of youngsters prior to kickoff. Ekitike received praise on social media for the gesture, with one ex-user writing, "A great gesture, not too hard really for all players to do it, it makes the youngsters' day/night and creates memories." Another said, "Lots to like, kids polite and genuinely happy to see a player, even from the other team, sign their books." Wolves allowing Ekitike to sign the books for the Wolves mascots, Ekitike taking time to sign the books for the mascots even though they are not Liverpool's, well done all. Ekitike was afforded a rare day off against Wolves, having led the line consistently since Alexander Isak's leg break in December. Liverpool head coach Arne Slot was pleased to be able to give the Frenchman a night off as he expressed his delight at having a wider selection of players to choose from. "I don't think I have said anything at all about that, but now we have them back, maybe I can say something. These same players constantly had to play every 3 days and that sometimes impacts performances. As you see everywhere in Premier League sides who have to play every 3 days, you see rotation, but I was not always able. The fact these players had to play so much, a lot, and could not always bring their best performance makes sense to me then. It's good that we could rotate a little bit more with players coming back, and players who came and doing really makes it easier for me to rotate, but to impact the game off the bench. It's nice to have players available again, not only 12, 13, 14, Slot said, after selecting Cody Gakpo through the middle and handing Rio Ngumoha a rare start at Molineux. Ekitike has had a brilliant debut campaign at Liverpool. He scored 16 goals in 38 appearances in all competitions since joining the Reds from Frankfurt last summer. The France international was expected to play second fiddle to Isak, but has emerged as Liverpool's most dependable attacker this season. Why Dominik Szoboszlai is Liverpool's priority after Ryan Gravenberch contract. Ryan Gravenberch has signed a new Liverpool contract until 2032, with Dominik Szoboszlai now expected to be next in line for fresh terms at Anfield, but will the Hungarian agree to stay? Liverpool has already taken one crucial step ahead of next season by securing Ryan Gravenberch to a new contract. It was announced on Saturday that the 23-year-old midfielder has signed fresh terms with Liverpool running until the summer of 2032, in recognition of his outstanding performances at Anfield over the past 2.5 seasons. "I felt directly the trust from the club, also from the manager," Gravenberch told Liverpool's official website. "The decision for me was easy to make. My family is also happy here. We are now here almost 3 years, so I know everything already. I'm happy that I'm here. For the short term, my aim is to end the season as good as possible. And for the long term, win many more trophies with Liverpool. I have a really nice relationship with the fans. Always when I do something good in the stadium I hear them singing my chant. I'm really grateful for the supporters because without them we would not be where we are now. In the future, we want to give them many more trophies, so hopefully we can get that done." Gravenberch has been instrumental in Liverpool's midfield over the past 18 months, claiming the Premier League's Young Player of the Year accolade last season while helping the Reds secure the title. Another player who has been equally crucial to Liverpool during his tenure at the club could be next in line for a contract renewal. The future of Dominik Szoboszlai at Liverpool has been a topic of discussion over recent months, with particular focus on whether a new contract will be negotiated. Despite the Hungary international's current contract set to run until summer 2028, rumors persist that an extension may be in the works, especially given the reported interest from other clubs following his stellar performances. Given that Szoboszlai has arguably been Liverpool's top and most consistent performer this season, he is likely to be the front-runner for the Player of the Year award at Anfield this term. Arne Slot has utilized Szoboszlai in various positions this season, including midfield, as a number 10, in the forward line and at right-back. This versatility has been key to Liverpool's ongoing pursuit of 2 trophies and Champions League qualification. Perhaps it's this reason, coupled with the uncertainty surrounding his contract, that has led to tentative links with Real Madrid for Szoboszlai. However, Szoboszlai's agent, Matyas Esterházy, was quick to quash these rumors. It's completely normal for the public, when Dominik is performing like this, to talk about what's next and if there's something higher, Esterházy told Hungarian news outlet NB1 last month. For us, it's not a topic. We are mid-season, he has a lot of work ahead of him in the Premier League, the FA Cup and the Champions League. He has said many times how important this competition is for him. So, at the moment, to talk about what will happen in the summer, in my opinion, is not correct. Not to mention, Liverpool are one of the biggest clubs in the world and Dominik is in a position within the team that has a lot of reserve, so we are not looking outside or elsewhere. Szoboszlai certainly merits recognition for his contributions and influence at Liverpool this season. Only time will reveal whether an extension will be granted this season, or if the Reds will hold off until later in the year to negotiate new terms for the 25-year-old. Wrexham vs Chelsea red card explained as VAR intervene in late FA Cup drama. Wrexham midfielder George Dobson was sent off in injury time after VAR intervened following his foul on Alejandro Garnacho in the FA Cup clash against Chelsea. Referee Peter Banks has clarified why Wrexham's George Dobson was dismissed in Saturday's FA Cup match against Chelsea. The midfielder was initially brandished a yellow card for a foul on Alejandro Garnacho. The championship team believed they had clinched the cup tie in the closing stages when Callum Doyle nudged Josh Windass' shot beyond Robert Sanchez. However, Josh Acheampong equalized for the Blues just 4 minutes later. Dobson's red card then arrived in stoppage time as he sought to thwart a Chelsea counterattack. After receiving a caution, VAR suggested that Banks review the incident on the pitchside monitor, leading to Dobson being shown a direct red. Announcing the verdict to the stadium, Banks stated, "Number 15 catches his opponent high with intensity, final decision is a red card for serious foul play." Commenting on BBC Sports coverage of the cup tie, ex-Wrexham defender Ben Tozer conceded he believed it was a red card. "It is the right decision," he declared. "George Dobson has to make the foul. It is a red card and his studs have gone into the side of Alejandro Garnacho's shin." However, Wayne Rooney admitted he wasn't certain it was a red. When asked if he would have been content with just a yellow card being issued, he responded, "Yeah, I think so. It is a little bit high and that is about it. It is not a straight leg and full studs going into him. I'm not too sure." He further stated, "I'm still not sure. I don't think it is a red."